It's Jefferson, climbs the ladder. Oh my goodness! Come on!
What is up, everyone? How you doing? Happy Friday. Sorry for the late arrival. Look, sometimes life happens, but we're here. Fashionably late is the new cool thing to do. So we are here. The winners are still going to come. There's a lot of Saturday guys to talk about, including Mr. Keegan, the guy up top. But Drew, without further ado, we are here. How are you doing? Are you settled in, ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready to go. I'm not quite settled.
Tell the people
circulating warm air. Yeah, it's been like 95 degrees in Florida for the last couple weeks. Yeah, it's been hot, and I guess the AC runs all day, and eventually it craps out, and it just happened to do it around 7 o'clock tonight, and it might have been like 6 o'clock. We just started noticing around 7, and I think I got it cooling down, and then it just completely shut off again. And I've been out in the attic, and dude, it's still like I was sweating bullets outside. Oh. It's still hot and humid. And then you go in the attic, and it's just a sauna. It's awful. So fingers crossed we can give it a break. But tonight, I need some rain or something, maybe cool it down. But
that's what was good about last week. Like last week, it rained like every day, so it was really cool. And then this week, it's just been, God, it's been so hot down here. It's been rough. But you know what?
Yeah.
You know where it's not that hot at is Connecticut. Now, Keegan Bradley's putter is hot, and he's bowing to it after every putt he sinks, as he rightfully should, as someone who's very superstitious myself. It's not that hot in Connecticut, but there is rain coming in tomorrow. So they're going out in threes, which means we won't have that like ownership and AM wave to play in tomorrow, because everyone's kind of going to be on the course at the same time. With that said, Drew, do you have any takes on the weather as far as the groupings going out in threes or anything like that before we dive into the top of the leaderboard?
No, and I think they're going off later, right? So, it's pretty congested, 10 to 12 or something like that. So, just kind of looking through it. The wind looks about the same all day, 8 to 10, I guess, maybe a little bit of gusts. And, just rain in the early afternoon, or I guess pretty good rain all day. I'm seeing rain all day, right?
Yeah. I think the guys who go out 11 will maybe be able to get like an hour in without rain, but it's going to be coming down. Most of the time. I guess
3 it's really coming down.
Yeah, so. I think the lightning maybe comes in later is why they moved it to have everyone. I don't know.
I mean, it's a small edge. It's a couple holes, but I mean, it still never hurts to get the early groups off, but it's so congested. I mean, you're talking about like an hour between certain groups. So I wouldn't really worry about it. Just play the best plays, I think.
Exactly. And let's get into those top plays. Drew, let's do 10 under and up. Let's break down these guys if we want them. Now, like I said, there's not really a weather advantage tomorrow, so maybe we have to consider these guys more so than we usually do. Maybe not. Let's get your take on it. I know I got a take on it.
I mean, we talked about it yesterday. Like, you don't typically play the first round leaders, and especially in an event where guys are shooting 10 under par, 8 under par, there's plenty of other options. Everybody can pretty much shoot 8 under par. It doesn't mean like this guy's playing far and away better, and he's not like, it's not Rory in a weak field and he's just going to keep shooting 8 under par. If Denny McCarthy can shoot 10 under par, I think almost, half the field probably can also shoot 10 under par on any given day. So, typically I wouldn't be chasing a lot of these guys. A lot of them are just putting lights out. Keegan's putting great. He's hitting his irons good too. I mean, obviously they got to do that to be in contention. There's really nobody. I mean, Zach Blair's kind of out of nowhere. We know the name, but he's been a Korn Ferry Tour guy for most of the year. He is cheap, but again, I don't really want to chase that. There's so many other options I can go to. I mean, I assume I don't know, man. I mean, what was Denny's ownership today? Like 15%? I don't think he was like necessarily high.
No, I mean, like Keegan was 27, Denny was probably like 21-ish, and some of the stuff that I saw.
And that's probably a price thing for Keegan, I'm guessing. Shoot 8 under par.
Yeah.
So, I mean, none of these guys really jump out at me as like guys I have to play. They're all playing pretty well, obviously. Honestly, if if you really wanted to play like Keegan, he's hitting the ball really well. His putter's working for him. He likes it up here. I wouldn't hate it. But the other guys in this range, I'm not chasing Ches Reavie. I've already lost that battle this week, so I'm not going to lose more money on Ches. Yeah. Loving this place. So that's just how I interpret it. Like I said, there's so many guys that could shoot 10 under par on any given day. So
that's my issue here is like I think that obviously if you're playing large field GPPs or even the single digit stuff, like you're going to need the 6 guys who, or at least 5 of the 6 that have like 5.
We lost Kurt or we lost me? Oh, boy. We are working it out today. Oh, man. If anyone's in the chat, in the YouTube chat, please drop a comment if you can hear me or see me. If not, that means I dropped and Kurt is here.
I'm back. You hear me?
I can hear you, yeah.
All right, cool. I just got to turn my camera on. All right, so I guess you're not the only one having technical difficulties. But anyways, like I was saying, you're going to need 5 to 6 guys who have like the nut round. And if you look up top, if one of these guys had the nut round and go like 5 or 6 under, they're going to be far and away, like probably 3 strokes on anyone tomorrow. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
So I don't think Denny's going to go in tomorrow 20 under. Don't think Keegan's going to. I don't think Ches is going to go in 18 under, stuff like that. So like, think of it like that. This is just not going to happen. So I think they can shoot 3 under, 4 under, but you're paying that like 20 plus ownership when you can.
The ownership's the problem. Exactly. Like they're playing good. They can keep playing good. That's obvious. Yeah. But there's other guys that can play as good or better, and they're going to be half the ownership or quarter of the ownership. And that's the big factor. Like if I was going to build a lineup or even a pool, like I would make a rule that I would play max of one of these guys, 13, 15, and 15 under par. So like to me,
I can't play Keegan or Denny, but if I had to pick one, I'd play Denny. But like they're not going to. I don't think they're going to shoot 5 under. I need that 5 under tomorrow.
That's what I'm saying. Like I can't tell you like these guys aren't going to shoot like they're 7,700, like 8K and 7,700. They shoot 5 under or even 4 under. It's probably fine.
Yeah.
Like I said, I don't want to play both of them. And if you want to eat some ownership and you think the guys are just going to keep it down, that's fine. No issue. I go the opposite way. I would say Keegan, but again, without burying the lead, I don't think I'm going to prioritize any of these guys in a single entry. That's just kind of how I view it. If I'm going to hand build a lineup, they're immediately out. So they're just not far and away better players. Like this, if it was Scheffler up here, we would be having a different discussion.
Yeah.
Scheffler sucked today, by the way, but that's a different story. Like if it was Scheffler at 15 under par and he's playing like Scheffler golf and he's 11K, I wouldn't be opposed to playing Scheffler. He could go shoot 62 every day this week. You just never know. So yeah, for Keegan Bradley, Denny McCarthy, Keegan's been known to first round lead and then miss the cut. He obviously didn't miss the cut, but he could just end up 40th place at the end of Sunday.
Yeah. Oh. So, we got a storm rolling in, Drew.
Oh, send it my way.
You hear it?
Yeah, it's already getting hot in here. It's probably me burning it up, but shit.
So
yeah, we can talk about the next couple ranges. Yeah, I think it's pretty obvious. Like the guys are playing well, but there's no point in chasing it from a showdown perspective. It's just they're going to be artificially owned, I guess. Like you would never own Keegan Bradley at 30% on any slate, or at least you wouldn't roster him at 30% ownership if you knew he was going to be 30% owned.
Have you seen the field for the Rocket Mortgage? It actually is pretty stacked. But I'm curious to see if anyone kind of backs out. I know Tony's going to be there to defend his crown. That's all I care about.
Let's see. Aberg's going to be there, who's just like cruising around.
Hey,
he's top 10 right now, right?
In the core this week, big Aberg guy. I was a little bit worried after round 1, but we'll get to him. Adam Scott, I actually don't mind playing up here because he's really. I don't know. Like I feel like he could just do this thing where he goes low round, low round, and then probably implodes on Sunday or some stuff. So like, not going to prioritize him because obviously he's going to carry some ownership too. But if I had to pick someone tomorrow that I think could actually go out and shoot like 6 under, it's probably Adam Scott. How do you do on the par 5s today? Shot 1 over on the par 5s today. So there you go. Yeah. Definitely.
Pick up some ground there.
8,100. So, yeah, I don't mind playing Scott if I had to play anyone up here. Now, let's go into the next range, we'll do. Let's just make it a gigantic range. Let's just do 8 under and up.
Yeah,
about
that's
15
cool.
dudes. Take it away.
Yeah. So perusing through this one, most of these guys are doing pretty well with the putter as well. I mean, this was a golf course we kind of knew that you had to putt well to do well. Obviously, if the winning score is going to be 20-something under par, it looks like. So the guys that stand out, Xander's still playing extremely well, so he would be a guy that I would spend up for sure. He's got 16 shots inside of 18 feet. It's pretty impressive. 9 shots inside of 12 feet. And he's actually playing the par 5s at even par. So if there's anything we know about the top guys, they usually play the par 5s well, and he hasn't. So there's a little bit of upside there, and he's only 10-1, quote-unquote only. So I do like him. Corey Connors, I played today, played fine. I'll keep going back to him at 7,800. The dude's just so solid tee to green, and it's really just making a couple putts. He's playing the par 5s pretty well. He's 3 under this week. So I like Corey Connors tomorrow. Ryan Harmon, surprisingly, is keeping his mojo going at this golf course. So don't hate that one there at 7,600. And then there's 2 guys at the bottom. Grillo and Smalley continue to play pretty well tee to green. Smalley's been very, very, very good. I don't know if you have our sheet pulled up, but he has gained on almost 90% of his tee shots. Strokes gained, considering strokes gained, he's been positive on 90% of his tee shots and almost 80% of his approaches. So combined, he's basically gaining on like 80% of his shots, which is pretty good, very good. So Smalley would be a fun one at 6,900.
Well, we don't even have the sheet color coded. Oh wait, yeah, we do. Okay, sorry. But for me in this range, I didn't scroll far enough to the right. I guess you added some columns. I like that. Okay. So Kevin Yu playing good. I think he's just healthy. He had surgery on was it his wrist? He lost on approach. I hate that. But like I said, the industry has gotten so sharp though, Drew, that people are looking at that. People say, "Oh, Kevin Yu lost on approach. I'm not playing him now." It used to not be that, but so many people are looking at that.
You're right. Yeah.
That'll reduce his ownership by like 5% in some contests. So I will have Kevin Yu in the pool despite him losing on approach. Brian Harmon, might make the pool. Haven't decided on him yet. Lost about a stroke in the short game. Short game, no pun intended for the shorty. Sung Jae, I absolutely love Sung Jae tomorrow. I think he's one of the guys who can post that low round. Starting to kind of build on the confidence. I know he kind of bogeyed the last hole, but he's been in such bad form, missing a lot of cuts. His first chance of the weekend, and guess who? Shoots low rounds on Saturdays. Sung Jae M. So I think I have him in the core for tomorrow already. I have it on the site. I did the core pretty early because I was pretty dialed in. And then Connors, here's the thing with Connors. He will be in the pool. He's just never a first, second, third, fourth guy in for me. He's always like a last guy in, like, okay, dude, Corey just shoot 3 under bogey free, or maybe like 4 under.
He's a guy like you don't sweat, he'll shoot 80. Like he probably would just shoot even par.
Last Sunday for me, but
I mean, just like he's not a guy. He's not a great showdown guy in the sense like
he's a good last piece.
Like Nate Lashley. Nate Lashley, if you play Nate Lashley, he could shoot 64 1 out of 4 times, and the other 3 times he's shooting 78 or something like that.
Exactly.
That's the facts. I mean,
which is why I like
Corey Connors like 70, 72, 68, 68. It's just like his range of outcomes is so small. So,
and then Griot, I loved your Griot call. We'll play Griot. I don't love going back to Alberg, but I'm already in love with this guy. Like I just watched. I think he was in the feature group last week, and I watched him hit, and I was just like, oh, I had to like get the lotion out.
The problem is his irons haven't been great. Like he's a really good driver. I think he's going to do great next week, but
around the green
my issue.
I don't know what the stats say, but when I'm watching, his around the green is bad too.
All these guys out of college, their around green game sucks.
Yeah.
You seen Gordon Sargent? What did he make, an 8 on 2 at Augusta? He's there in 1. He's 600 yards there in 1 basically, and makes an 8. But I can never hate on Aberg. Like the guy's super impressive. I don't know. I'm not trying to pick my spots.
I don't like to match the field on a lot of guys, but tomorrow he'll be one of the guys I just probably match the field at ownership wise, because I don't want to have FOMO. And you can afford to go 2 or 3 guys where you just match the field. There's nothing wrong with that. Everyone else can have your 2X. Smalley ball striking has been absolutely insane. I think he's first or second on the week. Lost hell of a lot with the putter day 1. Scotty, I haven't decided what I'm going to do with Scotty. I think he's too expensive for tomorrow.
Are we in sevens now?
Are we down here? Yeah. Oh, wow. That was actually a smaller range than what I figured. Oh, I like
eight's big. Eight's big. It's just there's only a handful of guys that look like they're. I mean, we talked about 6 guys basically.
True.
We
got all the same people too. Yeah.
We can talk about stuff.
Yeah, take us in the sevens, and I'll look at the sheet.
Yeah, I mean, it's never a bad thing to chase Scotty after a bad round. I mean, the dude, hit one in the water out of bounds. I don't know. Early in the round, I know everyone was complaining in our Discord, and it's understandable. I played him as well, and shooting even par on this golf course and for Scotty is absolutely awful. Has not been driving it great, but his irons still have been pretty solid. So can never hate anybody if you can make it work with Scheffler. And honestly, the salaries are pretty light in the mid range. So getting up to Scotty, who would probably be one of the lower owned guys, maybe he's like Rahm and there's, an extra week delay before people like just hop off after one bad round. But he shouldn't jump off the page at anybody. It's just a matter of being Scotty Scheffler on an easy golf course. The other guys in this range that stand out the most, honestly, not a ton. Michael Kim's still playing pretty good golf and has won here a couple years ago. So don't hate that. It's 6,900. That's probably it. I know Snyder was on Tom Kim today, which was a good call. He played pretty solid. And honestly, can never hate on Cantley, I guess, on this golf course too. The dude can go low. So There's really not a ton of guys. Like there's some big names in this range, but there's no one that necessarily stands out. And that's kind of how I view it. It's really you're playing the talent, not so much their current form up to round 3.
Yeah. So my issue kind of with Scotty tomorrow is the fact that I love Cantlay just as much. And I think Cantlay can outscore. And he's $1,200 cheaper. And it lets me kind of pepper this 8K range that's so loaded. Tom Kim, I don't want to chase the 600 because I don't trust his irons being that on cue. I think he'll do fine tomorrow. Need him for a week long, so I hope he kind of just keep it together.
He really hasn't done anything all year until last week.
The weekend. This is great. This is the ultimate. But the thing is, like last year when he got hot, it was kind of in this swing where there's a bunch of plottering courses.
Yeah.
So it kind of timed up pretty well for his like.
He seems like a John Deere Classic kind of guy. I don't know why.
Oh yeah.
I feel like that's his style, but we'll see how it goes. But there are some strong names. You see Shane Lowry's price yesterday?
I'm about to get to Shane Lowry.
Actually, there's someone with a better price actually today, which we'll talk about here in a second. But
it's going to be raining tomorrow. Shane Lowry in the rain.
Okay, yeah.
But that's all I'm saying. Yeah, I can play in
Aaron
the rain.
Rye has 2 gloves in the rain. That's a good thing, and head cover, so those iron heads don't get wet.
Jesus, not Aaron Rye.
No.
Michael Kim at the sexy number of 6,900. How far down did you go? Just the 7s?
I just did the 7s. But yeah, Michael Kim is interesting. And again, kind of like the Ches Reavie and Brian Harmon plays. He's played well here in the past. He won here. So I can never – he's playing decent, and he's got some good vibes at this golf course, obviously. So don't mind that.
This is actually a small range for me too because I love some of the guys down low tomorrow. I think you want to have a couple of the dudes in the top like 25, but there's a couple guys I really like. I'm pretty sure my entire core or like 75% of my core is from down here. So Drew, take us to 6 and the 5s actually 600, 500.
All right, so I don't really get a chance to toot my own horn very often, but did you happen to catch my Justin Thomas call last night? Unfortunately,
did you really? Yeah. I had, I don't know who's watching this, but I had some elite company last night. Probably the most elite company I've had since I've been in Florida. So I did not get to watch. However, Justin Thomas kept falling in all my lineups. I was like, oh, I'm going to regret this. And I just kept clicking it. And it actually, he saved me in a lot today. Yeah. So maybe you telepathically told me.
He just was the perfect fit, man. Played good in round 1 as well.
I'll toot it with you, Drew. Toot.
I mean, there's only so many, and honestly, I've been losing out on Morikawa. I'm losing followers, as I say. Morikawa, this will be his week, and it continues to just fall apart. JT was headed that way, and I saw a little bit yesterday, and he was so cheap.
Yeah,
it made a lot of sense, and man, he had it going, and he bogeyed his last 2 holes to shoot 6 under. So but he gets a price decrease. He's 7,500, which is pretty crazy. So I don't know. What's that?
Kind of fixed the off the tee issue a little bit.
Yeah, he drove it a little bit better, which helped out. His irons are still solid. I mean, his irons are fantastic. They never really left,
really.
So the biggest issue for me, here's the conundrum. He's 7,500 and it's Justin Thomas. But he was 5%. He was 5% today. He's going to be 25% tomorrow.
I think he might be higher than that. I think in single age, he could be 40.
So that's the issue. Like, dude, I want to play Justin. Everyone wants to play Justin Thomas at 7,500, considering how good he played today, if that's going to be the thing. So I think you got to sit it out. I think this is a spot where you fade the JT round, unfortunately, which really sucks. But I mean, 8K for him yesterday or today was a steal, and you get 6 under par. If they're going to be 30, if he's going to be 30% owned, like 7,500 though, God.
Yeah, it's tough.
I mean, there's guys around him. I mean, just in the same range. Justin Suss, 300 cheaper. Aaron Rise, the same price as Justin Thomas. DK should retire.
Yeah, I don't see it. That's just baiting people into clicking it too.
The reason why, though, and we talked about this last night on the show, is it's so much ownership driven. And when JT is 8K, well, let's just call him, what is it, 8,700 or whatever earlier this week, and he's 5% owned. And then he's 8K in Showdown, and he's 5% owned. Okay, well, they want to bump that ownership up, so they drop his price down to 7,500. He'll be 30% owned, and then he'll be back up to 8,200 or something on Sunday. So they bake in ownership so much to get a price point for these guys. Like Scotty should be like 13K, so he's not 20-something% owned. But so just a side point, I thought that was interesting. JT, I'm not sure he's ever been 7,500 Showdown or elsewhere. So did like the call today, but I think I'm honestly just going to sit it out. I'll take my wins when I can get them, and I'll let people chase the round that missed out today. 95% of the people missed out, so we'll give them a chance to see what happens. But it's a pretty decent range. I'll keep going back to ZJ at 6,100. To be honest, if you want to get up to the top guys and kind of jam in 2 studs, the salary savings for ZJ today was 6,100, and again tomorrow he'll be 6,100. And I mean, Woodland's fine, but I don't think he's necessary. The scary one in this range, I guess, would be Fitzpatrick. I just think Fitzpatrick at some point is going to post something low, and his irons don't look great on paper, but he's still hitting them decent enough. So I think Fitz could have a good round at some point. Could be this weekend. So that'd be the 2 guys for me. Would be ZJ as a value, Fitzpatrick as a GPP loan guy. I mean, I imagine he's not going to be owned at all. And then JT has to be, for me, is going to be the fade. And it's more of like, worked it out today, I'll fade him tomorrow.
Yeah, it might just be an ownership fade for me too.
Single entry, I mean, I get it. Or head-to-heads, I would get it. I mean, I don't know. Susie's super sharp in the Run Pure Sports Discord with all the head-to-heads. He's posted 5Ks and 10Ks every day, and he's sweeping the board. That might just be a free square for him. JT at 7,500, how often does that fail, I guess? So, but in GPPs, man, that's a lot of ownership. Yeah. And he really hasn't played that well, which it just sucks.
And the off the tee could just go these fairways are tight. The off the tee could just be gone again like that.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I don't know exactly. I mean, today across the board, he played good in every aspect. He actually lost strokes putting. So yeah, I imagine he's just going to be super popular tomorrow.
Yeah. Guys,
sorry
I like
the long spiel on that.
No, it's fine. The people need to know about the chalk he has play tomorrow. It's simple as that. Russell Henley he gained 3.5 strokes putting that he lost on approach. He's been awesome on approach. He's usually not that good of a putter, especially lately. And then round 1, he lost like 3 strokes and then gained a shit ton on approach. So I think that there can be a happy median there where Russell Henley has a nut round. So I will play 8.5K. A lot of people played him in Classic. He's priced up. They're probably like, okay, maybe we're good on Henley. No, I'll take that and hopefully he shoots a low round. In this range, Carson Young, the guy's been awesome. I'll probably keep playing. I will be in the pool. I guess we're a little bit farther down. So
you can go down to the 5s. I got I got nobody in the fives, so there's just really nobody here that stands out to me. Carson Young's fine.
You know who's an elite pivot off of Chalky JT?
Wyndham?
Jason
shit. Wyndham's 8,800.
Yeah, what the hell, bro?
I don't know. I saw Harris English price at 7,700. I just assumed that was Wyndham Clark's price, but
Jason Day,
yeah.
Jason Doy. Say it like me, Jason Doy.
Jason Doy.
There you go. Okay. Yeah, Jason, I think he's an elite pivot off of Chalky Justin Thomas. The stats pretty solid all around. I mean, he did gain some of the short game, but that's kind of Jason Day is capable of doing that, and he can do it again tomorrow. Shot 600 a day. Don't love really chasing that, especially after shooting plus or 1 over. But I think it's kind of a good leverage opportunity there. 7,600 Jason Day at an easy golf course. Going to be soft tomorrow. I will take that. And then my favorite play in this range is going to be Cameron Davis, who I like coming into the week because he's such a boom bust play. If he makes the cut, it is, you never know what you're going to get from Cam Davis. But that's what I like about him. I want the 8 under. We had 5 under round 1. We had an even round today where I think he's pretty sure he shot over par on the par 5s. No, he went even on the par 5s. Had 1 birdie, played like shit, lost 3 strokes putting, lost on approach. Don't care. I know what Cam Davis is capable of.
He's driving it well too, hitting a lot of greens, just not hitting it super close. So if he can hit it a little closer, you make a couple putts. He's
7,300.
Yeah.
So my favorite play there. You want to talk about anyone else down here?
I don't. You sold me on Cam Davis. I was looking at him and Palmer. They were driving it the best. And
hey, I'm a Ryan Palmer slut. Like, if no one's ever said that in the history of ever, but I really like Palmer. Usually when we're in Texas.
Palmer looks interesting for tomorrow too. So
I was looking at that. That was. Is my other?
They're losing. They're losing.
Whoa!
However you want to call it, losing strokes to the field and birdies. So
I looked right over Harris English, and I really like Harris English tomorrow. What's your stats saying on him? The approach looked awesome today.
Yeah, overall not great, but
why? Is that all on one hole? Close? Did he hole out?
What? Which number? His approach number?
Oh yeah. Oh, wait, did he hole out on some? On number 3?
And
it was like 3 and 17.
Or he hit him to like an inch or something. He gained over half a stroke on 2 holes. So he gained over a stroke on 2 holes total.
I don't care. I'm still going to play Harris English tomorrow.
He played pretty consistent today overall. I'll give him credit.
7,700. That's fine. All right.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take us into bring us home. Yeah, bring us home. I got one of my core plays are down here. So
Heath?
Nope.
Good.
Come on, bro. Come on. I need him enough in.
Is he in the 6Ks? Is he in the 6Ks?
He is in the 6Ks.
Webb Simpson. Nick Hardy.
No, dear God.
I don't know, maybe you start. Those aren't guys that I want to talk about. I'm just trying to guess. And now everyone's probably going to be confused because if I just list everybody and I get the last guy.
There's like one other guy you can mention too.
Cameron Young? I don't know.
No, we say in the 6K. It's Mr. Callum.
Oh, yeah, you just say Cameron
Callum Tarrant.
Jesus.
Cameron
The Heat's getting to me.
Well, no, so my stats are saying I should play Callum Tarrant. I want to play Callum Tarrant, but what's your stats saying on Mr. Callum Tarrant?
Not bad. He's not hitting it super close. To be fair,
was he hitting everything within 25, I guess?
So he's hitting a bunch of greens, hitting a bunch of fairways. He's driving it well. He's hit some good ones close. He's got 9 inside of 12 feet. He's only made 4 of them. He's even on the par 5s. He's not the worst play. He's not playing bad or he's not faking it, I should say. And 6,400 for him. Yeah, he could do it.
Whoa, he posted a 64 at Pebble on round 3. Oh my God.
There you go, round 3.
Holy moly, a 64 at Pebble is awesome.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is the same yardage. I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah,
Pebble's way harder, but
I'm gonna have way too much Callum Tarrant. Why did I look at that? I was already gonna have him as a core play, but now I'm gonna have like 80% Callum freaking Tarrant, bro. Oh God, this is gonna be so painful, but I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm doing it. Okay. All right.
I like it.
Drew, that was kind of my spiel down here. I have enough Thigala in Classic. He's my 3rd most exposed, so I don't know how I got here. I don't deserve to be here. He's literally been awful tee to green. Saw him on the range today. Maybe he finds something. Pray to God he does. Cameron Young may have found something. Don't know. But for me, it's really just Callum Tarrant down here. Take us away. What you got?
That's pretty much it. Webb looks decent, but he really hasn't done anything all year, so it would just be like kind of a shot in the dark. But I just got a text that the AC turned off again, so we're shit out of luck again. But luckily we got through the show. So there's really no one down here that really stands out. Sahith's not really playing great, and he's expensive. So yeah, Webb would be the cheap guy that would be worth a dart.
I like that. So Scotch trying to shoot 78 one of these. That's why I called it earlier. Like, I hope it's on Sunday. I'm going to play him tomorrow. I'm getting caught up with the comments, guys. I was completely lost. Auburn going to be hell yeah, he is. Probably 9K, honestly, if he ever learns how to around the green and the iron, which will come. Captain's pick for the Ryder. There's a hot. What do you think, Drew? Captain's pick for the Ryder Cup. That Europe teams, they don't. I feel like they don't need the young kid, but I don't know. Ryder Cup pick, Auburn.
I doubt it, but we'll see if he gets a win.
That's what I'm saying. I'd probably take that. Should have shocked that crowd is common knowledge.
Oh, for a captain's pick? I mean, he would have to get moving. I mean, the dude's good, but there's some pretty good Europeans that they would probably want to.
Ooh, hot take.
Get over.
59. Holy shit. That's insane. I was going to fade him, but Alex has got me second guessing. Hey, Drew, can you answer this man's question? Because I do not. Sabobo? What? Who?
Yeah, I think he's 6 under, 5 under.
Was I even alive when this guy was on tour?
He's on tour right now.
No, he's not. Is he? He doesn't have his card.
He doesn't have a tour card.
He does not have his tour card. There's no way.
I'll check.
I'll bet you a beer. There's no way this guy has a tour card. Why is he only playing one event?
Yeah, I have conditional status.
I don't know what that means, Drew. What do I look like? What do I look like?
I'll pull it up quick. Then I gotta hop off here in a couple minutes. Our AC's out again, so.
Oh boy. Okay. All right, guys. Quick show core. First guy in for me is Callum Tarrant.
Who's the guy at the top? I mean, Alex Smalley's my guy.
Boom, my guy.
Yeah, 2 cheap guys.
And then I will go Patrick Cantlay.
It's either Xander or Scheffler, I guess.
Gotta go Xander, butt buddies, the shower buddies. That's the show core, guys. Xander Schauffele, Patrick Cantlay, Alex Molly, Callum Tarrant. Thank you for joining us. I'm going to play the outro now, so I'm going to awkwardly go up here. Don't mind me. Just pretend you're not.
Svoboda is a Corn Ferry Tour guy, by the way, not a PGA Tour member.
Boom! My Kurt is right. Guys, thanks for watching. RunForYourFirst.com. Summer 33. Get 33% off. Appreciate it. Hit the like button, please. Drew, Kurt, we're out. Peace.